Quickies. So we are doing a quick video today to just kind of decompress from a long work day, or to decompress in the middle of a long work day, or however it is that you need to decompress. So short video, happy, I believe it's Thursday, and happy April. So we're gonna come to the front of the mat. Because this is a short video, we're not going to go through our typical laying on our belly, hands and knees, cat-cow work. Instead, we're going to start as if we just got up out of a chair or out of a meeting. So feet are going to be facing forward, hip distance apart, shoulder blades draw down and back, palms can either face forward or the sides here. But we want the shoulders to line up with the ribs to line up with the side of the hips next to the side of the knees, and side of the knees above the side of the ankles, and all of that is going to line up with your ear. So none of the rolling that we have a tendency to do, or the hyper backing that we have a tendency to do as well. Instead, just kind of finding that center midline. For those of you who practice this, go ahead and draw up through the pelvic floor. That engagement of lifting up through the pelvic floor, not just squeezing the navel back, but lifting directly up through the center line, helps to engage all the muscles around the torso and the abdomen. As you inhale, lift your arms up, find a big deep stretch. And then as you exhale, let the arms come out to the side and down. Again, 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, out to the sides and down. 1 more. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale out to the sides, come down. This time as you inhale, we're going to lift the right arm up. Exhale the right arm down. Inhale the left arm up. A little bend in the knees if you need it. Exhale the left arm down. Still engaging the core. Inhale, right arm up. Hold here. Exhale, lean to the left. So we're just getting a little bit of a stretch in that right side of the body. Beautiful. Inhale back to center. Exhale, right arm comes down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, lean to the right. Slide that right hand down the right side. Keep the core engaged. Keep the body in line. Inhale, right arm up. Left arm up. Exhale, left arm down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, both arms come down. Inhale, right arm comes up. We're going to lean again to the left. Good. And then we're going to turn the head this time. We're going to look past this left bicep. And as we look past the bicep, we want the shoulders to draw back. We want the spine to stay in line. We don't want to lean one hip forward. And start to let the head do that rotation. And then inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, lower the arm down. Inhale, take it right through to the other side. Exhaling, slide down the side body. Look past the bicep. Finding that breath, not trying to spin or over-exert here. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, both arms down. Inhale, right arm up again. Bend that right elbow. Let the right fingertips come down to right behind the shoulders. Inhale, reach that left arm up. Take that left hand to the right elbow. Notice that my chin came forward to grab my elbow. You might do that too, especially if you have a lot of hair. But then once the chin's forward, let's go ahead and bring the head back. As the head comes back, the center of the chest will lift. We're not just letting go of the belly, though, becoming a banana back. Instead, we're engaging the core and lifting the chest as we bring the head back. Trying to find that nice engagement of the abdomen while pulling up through that pelvic floor. And opening up some of the outsides of the right arm, letting the head come back. Exhale, release everything down. Inhale, left arm comes up. Bend the elbow, let the fingertips come back. Right hand comes over that left elbow. We're going to pull a little bit more towards center. Again, no banana backs here. We're engaging the core and bringing our head back. You might notice one side's stronger or tighter than the other. One side has a little bit more reach. Maybe the hand comes down lower on one side. Take 1 or 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take it all the way back down. Inhale, arms come up again. Exhale, take the elbows in line with the shoulders. So now we have kind of like goalpost arms here. We're going to inhale, roll the shoulder blades down and bring the elbows back. And then we're going to exhale and bring the arms down behind us, interlace the fingers. If this doesn't work, you can place your hands on your lower back. Inhale, lift the chest as you move the arms away. Again, just trying to keep us from rounding too much in the shoulders. Pull the core in, standing tall, lifting through the top of your head, pressing through the feet. Beautiful. One last breath here. Release the hands. Bring the arms out like into that W position. And we're going to exhale and just bring the elbows together. Inhale, open it back up into that gold post. Exhale, elbows together. Inhale, open up into that W. Let the shoulder blades draw down. Exhale, elbows together. Inhale, elbow height. Exhale, elbows together. Inhale, low W. Exhale, elbows together. One more. Inhale, shoulder height. Exhale, bring it together. Inhale, low W. Exhale, bring it together. Inhale, take it back into your goalpost arms here. I'm going to reach up through that right arm and then grab that right wrist with our left hand and pull gently. Again, you can turn your head a little past the bicep here if you'd like. Little bend in the knees. Beautiful. Bring it back into the goalpost arms. I keep wanting to say goldfish. Go ahead and reach that left arm up. Bring the fingertips over to the right. Grab that right wrist with your left hand. Pull the core in. None of this. Pull the core in. Stay strong. Look past the bicep if you want to. One more. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. Exhale, take it into that low W. Let the shoulder blades draw down, center of the chest lifts. Exhale, lower the arms down. Interlace the fingers and inhale, reach away. Just see if there's a little bit more mobility here. Big deep breaths. Last one. Beautiful. Release the hands. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Big stretch. And then this time we're going to wrap the first finger and thumbs so that they come to the base of the skull. So you're interlacing your fingers and placing them right at the base of your skull. Elbows are going to come out to the side for the beginning. We're going to let the head rest back into the hands, supporting the sides of the neck with the thumbs, lifting the center of the nose. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend your knees a little bit and start to bring the body down very slowly to the legs. The elbows are going to hang here. I'm going to move this out of the way. The elbows are going to hang down from your sides of your head. And we're going into what we would call a neck pull. Not that we're pulling, but we're letting gravity and the weight of our arms draw the head down. Take one more breath here. And then release the hands. Grab the elbows. See if you want to straighten the legs a little bit and shift the weight forward, but if you don't, be okay with that. And then just focus on rocking from side to side here. Letting your body just float. No extra pressure into the feet. And then let the hands come down. Shake out your head, soften your neck and your jaw. Let the top of the head just start to slowly creep towards the floor. One more breath. Then we're going to inhale, place the fingertips onto the floor or onto the shins. We're going to lift up halfway. You can also use blocks here to give you a little extra help. Press up through the tail, draw down strongly through the feet, pull up strongly through the pelvic floor for those of you who do so. Stay breathing here. Let the spine be long. And then go ahead and bend the knees again, just a little bit, and once again let the head hang. You can let those knees be slightly bent. You can try and straighten them here. You can walk your hands back for those of you who like to be in forward folds more. You can even grab the back of your legs and let the body float deeper into that forward fold position. This is completely up to you. Whatever feels best on your body. You don't want to overextend this. Don't overpush. Let's inhale, bring the hands to the blocks or the floor. Lift. Top of the head comes forward. Really looking for some length here. One more breath. Beautiful. Okay, press through those feet. Push all the way back up. Reach your arms overhead. Big stretch to the sky. Bring the palms together. Squeeze the ears as if you're trying to muffle out my voice. And then holding your palms together, you can cross the thumbs. Squeezing the ears. Lean lightly to the left. Squeeze those ears though. So you're getting a little bit more intensity in the upper arms. Come back up and take it to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, float right back down into that forward fold. And then we're going to take this forward fold straight back into a plank. So the hands can come to the floor. You can step back one at a time. For those of you who like to jump into a handstand and then land them, chaturanga and then plank, go ahead and do that. Dance your way through it whatever way you want. You're going to hold your plank for about 3 deep breaths. So just inhaling and exhaling the whole time. Moving your ribs in, pushing back through your heels. Let's do one more breath. And then we're going to lower the knees to the floor, and we're going to work our way back to a child's pose. So drawing the hips back, knees can be wide if you need to. You can place blocks under your head or hands under your head. And then from here, reaching the arms forward and coming back into that plank. So the hands are going to come in front of you, right underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, reach back, come back into your plank. Find that nice strong plank here, hold and breathe, hold and breathe. Last one, perfect. Lower just your left knee to the floor, lift your left foot off of the ground, and reach that left foot behind you so that you can line up your left hand with your left knee and your right foot can come to the earth. We're going to inhale and lift that right arm straight up to the sky. And then we're going to take this into stargazer. So we're going to sweep this right arm back and start to look towards the sky as you press the center of your hips forward just a little bit. And try not to contract the lower back here, but instead engage the core. Good. Stay here for a breath longer, opening up your chest, finding that space. And then carry that right hand down to the floor. Lift your left foot off the ground. Keep the right leg extended here. Left hands to the ground. And we're going to lift the right arm up. And then we're going to slide that right arm underneath of us. So we're going to push through that right foot as we reach. Good. So threading the needle here, right arm's underneath you, your cheek is on the floor. You'd be able to see that if my hair wasn't in the way. The right leg's back. Excellent. Left hand's gonna come to the floor. Help yourself up with balance. Right hand, left hand on the ground. Inhale, lift that right leg up. And then from here, exhale, pull that right knee into your chest. Inhale, take that right knee to the ground. Move through a cat-cow for a moment so we can go over to the other side. So then from here, we're going to extend that left leg back. Holding this pose right like this, we're going to move that right foot off the mat into the floor behind you. Right hand onto a block or onto the floor. Right knee in line with the right hand, right knee in line with the left foot. Left arm comes up. Go ahead and rotate your chest. So you can do that from the floor, or you can do that with a block under your right hand. The block's going to give you a little bit more height so that you can maybe rotate a little deeper for your upper back and for the front of your body. One side's always different than the other, so keeping that in mind as you move through posture. You can let the head rest not towards the ear or towards the shoulder, but instead I'm just turning it out a bit. Big deep breaths into the whole front of the body, really expanding through the chest. Last 2. Last 1. Excellent. Take that left hand down to the ground. Move that right foot off the mat. Left foot stays extended. Walk out of the way for those of you who were using it. Left arm's going to come up and out and under. So taking your time. Pressing back through that left heel, pushing through your right hand, finding that stretch. One more breath. Right hand to the floor. Come all the way up. It's an awkward transition. I apologize. Lift your left leg. And then pull that left knee in. Left knee comes down. Bring yourself back into a neutral spine. Take yourself through cat-cow. Last one. Bring your spine to a neutral position. Feel free to move your blocks out of the way, or we'll place your hands on blocks. We're going to transition into down dog. Tap your toes, lift all the way up. Let the heels come towards the floor, reach your buttocks away from you, top of the head reaches away from you as well. Start to walk your feet a little wider than hip distance apart, giving yourself a little bit more to work with here for the flexibility and the space in your hips. And then from here, we're going to take that left hand, place it closer to the right hand, so right next to the right. We're going to slide that right hand underneath of us. You can grab your right leg to start and just look under that left arm. See how that feels in your body. And then maybe if you'd like to try and twist a little deeper, that right hand to your left leg. One more breath. Excellent. Let's come out. The right hand's going to take the place of the left. Left hand's going to come back behind your left leg. You're going to look under your right arm. And then if that feels okay, you can take your left hand across to that right leg. And then coming out nice and slow. Staying within that wide leg down dog. Let's go ahead and bend the knees again. Come back through our child's pose. This time the knees are wide on purpose. We're going to keep the elbows on the floor. Hands are going to stay in front. And we're going to just draw the shoulders right above the elbows, so just a little forward. And then from here, we're going to extend our legs back. And we're going to come into a Sphinx pose here. So when you come into Sphinx, we have a tendency to shrug our shoulders and bring our shoulders into our ears. But instead, I want you to think about brightening the level here, or brightening the neck. So instead, lift the neck and head out from the shoulders. Roll the shoulder blades back. And then keeping the attachment of the forearms to the ground, the palms to the ground, draw the elbows briskly back towards you. You're still keeping the alignment, but you're just moving the elbows back. Lift the center of your chest. And to lift the center of your chest without rounding in, you can actually almost do that with your body. Over round for a moment. Pull your belly button to your spine. Draw the chest through the upper arms. Good. Breathe here. Keep the backs of the tops of the feet onto the floor. Keep the core slightly engaged or lightly engaged. Even if you're lifting through your pelvic floor here, that would be helpful. Stay here for one more breath. Find the center finger of both your hands and turn the fingers out. Press to the base of the thumb and the first finger and start to lift the elbows off the ground, coming into a seal pose. This is a deeper back bend, so if you need to stay in Sphinx without any pain or discomfort, please do so. Roll the shoulder blades back, lift through the center of the chest. Stay within your breath. Inhale and exhale. One last breath. Bend the elbows, bring it right back down. Move yourself back into your Sphinx pose. Hugging your elbows in as they draw back. Strong in the arms, strong in the torso. Last breath. Beautiful. And then nice and slow, roll down. and take a break. Working through any shoulder discomfort or arm discomfort that you might have experienced. Excellent. Okay. So then from here, we're going to extend the right arm onto the floor. We're going to take that left hand to our lower back. This is to remind us to keep our backs nice and level here. The top of the head is going to face the wall in front of you, and your nose is going to face down here. As you inhale, I'd like you to lift your left leg, keeping the left hip down and the right hip, and then continue to lift through your right arm and head. So now we're lifting right arm and left leg. Exhale, lower right back down. 3 more to go. Here we go. Inhale, lift. Hold for a breath or 2. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Hold for a breath or 2. Exhale, lower. Keep those hips level. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Take a moment. Left arm's by the left ear. Right arm comes to your lower back. We're leveling out the hips again. Nose faces down. Inhale, we'll lift the right leg and the left arm. Hold here. Find your breath. Strong, deep inhales and exhales. Not doing it all with your lower back, right? We're lifting out of the lower back. And then exhale and lower. 3 more. Ready? Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Might be 2 breaths up there, might not be. Inhale, lift, shoulders down and back. 1 more breath. Exhale, lower. 1 more to go. Here we go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Let the arms rest. Perfect. All right, so then let's go ahead and see if we can grab the elbows behind our backs. So if you can't grab your elbows, you can grab your forearms, you can grab your wrists. You can even place your hands to your lower back, palms facing up. So we're reaching back, looking for the elbow area. Okay? And then from here, nose faces in. We're going to try both legs this time. So rolling the shoulders back, keeping the forearms towards the lower back. Inhale, let's lift the legs first. Exhale fully. Inhale, lift the chest. Breathe here. Lift through the center of your chest. Keep breathing. Stay with it. 3 more breaths. Reach a little higher. Squeeze a little tighter. 2 more breaths, maybe the chest up. Last one. Exhale and release. 1 cheek to the floor. Bend both your knees, windshield wiper from side to side. If you spend a lot of time at a desk, over a keyboard, or staring into a garden bed, we need to do a little bit of work to help stretch out the back in the opposite direction, or stretch out the front. So from here, let the legs rest. Press your hands into the floor. Draw back into your child's pose again. Last breath. And then let's go ahead and come to hands and knees again. Move through your cat-cow. One more. Walk your hands forward in front of your shoulders. Come through down dog. Stretch those heels towards the earth. Reach your hips up and back. Take one last breath here, really reaching away. And then let's walk those feet forward towards our hands. Once you're in your forward fold position, you can take it in whatever manner feels best for you, whether that be on blocks or with the knees bent. Your head's been down for a while, so just breathing, focusing, lengthening from your lower back, lengthening from the glutes, down the legs, from the hips, down the spine. Finding that stretch in the shoulders, the back of the neck. Finding that hinge from your hips. And then bending your knees and just drawing the body down over the thighs. And just letting yourself settle here. You can grab your elbows or grab your legs here if you want. Press through your feet, rise all the way up. Reach your body upright. Readjust your clothes because yoga clothes need adjusting all the time. And then cross your right ankle over your left. So once you've crossed your right ankle over your left, you've actually caused yourself a little bit of balance issues. So keeping that in mind before we move on to this, we want to keep the left hip coming forward, right hip level. Keep the core engaged, and then nice and slow, come into a forward fold. Use blocks if you need to. Squeeze the legs towards midline without knuckling the toes into the floor. Shift the weight forward towards the balls of the feet. Let the hips lift, let the head hang. Good. So to come out of this, we'll just press through the feet, rise up nice and slow, and do the same thing on the other side. So right leg goes behind the left, folding forward from the hips, breathing, shifting that weight forward, not trying to squeeze the floor with our toes. Pressing through the feet to come all the way up. Nice and slow, and coming out. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, let the arms come down behind you. This time, place your hands onto your lower back. Stretch your fingertips down the top of the buttocks and the heel of your hand up towards above the hip area. So you're actually using your palms to stretch that lower back area. And then go ahead and using the hands to help mitigate the stress on the spine. Start to lift the center of the chest, roll the shoulder blades back. And then release. Awesome. Okay, so coming into a pigeon from here, remembering that if you don't like this variation of pigeon, there are about 30 different ones you can do while laying on your back or against the wall or anything like that, but we're just going to go into a normal pigeon for right now, or a traditional pigeon. So if you need another variation, please take that one. So we're going to go ahead and take the both hands to the floor or to blocks, and we're going to step the right leg back. And we are starting this from a lunge, but there are many ways to do this. We're going to walk that left foot closer to the left wrist, maybe even hooking it around the outside of the right hand. So left foot towards the right wrist. And then we're just going to start to shimmy from side to side as we move our right foot back. This pose is going to be upright for a moment, but then we are going to take it laying down. If you feel discomfort in your left knee, you're going to make a little fold with your blanket, and you're going to place it right underneath of your buttock. That way you don't feel the discomfort in your knee. There should be compassion for your body here. Think about why we're doing our practice today. Our practice is to decompress, not compress. So even though we have the experience of compression in postures, we want to lengthen and come out of that compression, making the choice to not be compressed. So from here, you can stay right on up and just kind of hang out, see how that feels, go wherever you need to in your pigeon posture, or you can come down. And you can come down onto a blanket. I like to make a little pillow. And then just let your body fold. And we're just gonna breathe here. So for those of you who are happy in pigeon the way it is, go ahead and stay there. If you are looking at pigeon and going, I don't want to do that, but you don't know the modifications for it, I'm going to show you one real quick. Everyone else just kind of stay where you're at. This is just in case you're not able to do that variation of pigeon. Second variation will be the same leg. So the left leg will come up and you'll just pull your knee in. Or maybe that's too much and you'll just let your knee roll out to the side. So you're just finding the one that works for your body today and doesn't cause you any pain in your knee. That's important. So as you're here, resting in your pigeon, right? We're not here terribly long, just a little bit. We've taken the back bend out of the pigeon, but we haven't taken the hips. So move that right hip down just a little. One more breath. Beautiful. And then wherever you are, you're going to come out. If you're in that relaxed pigeon on your back or that reclining pigeon on your back, just go ahead and switch sides for me. If you are in this pigeon, go ahead and lift your right knee, step your left foot to the floor in whatever way you need, and then step your right foot forward. Come into a forward fold for a moment. And let's do the whole thing on the other side. So we're just switching sides. Left leg comes back, right knee's going to come out to the side as the right foot comes behind the left wrist. So full disclosure, I have an injury in my right knee, have had it for over a decade. So I have to prop my leg so that I don't have pain in my knee. You'll also notice that my right leg is closer to my left hip on this side than my left foot was closer to my right hip. If you're paying attention to me. You're probably not, but just so you know. So keeping an eye on your knee, making sure there's no pain there. That's really important. Not worrying about how it looks. You don't have to suffer through a posture, right? That's not, there are some yoga practices that are encouraging of suffering through practice. And I am a fan of those as well, but my classes typically aren't. It's not so much suffering as much as just kind of making yourself aware of what works and what doesn't. It'll change, I promise. But we want it to change for the better. We don't want to change for the worse. Once you're in your pigeon, you're going to let your left hip come down as close to your right side or to your right foot as you can. Or if your foot's nowhere near there, and it's close to the hip as you can to the floor. So for me, because of the injury in my knee, I'm going to be upright a little more. I'm not going to come down all the way onto the blanket. I might have to come up onto higher blocks. And this changes all the time. You'll notice that if it's extremely wet outside, for example, it's been snowing today, but if it's wet and muggy and a little off during the weather, your hips and your knees and your joints as a whole might not be as comfortable in posture. In which case, taking into moderation or into that, taking that into your body and knowing that the postures have to be done with moderation, because you cannot successfully have a yoga practice and be injuring yourself at the same time. It just doesn't work that way. Injury isn't, self-imposed injury just isn't a thing that we want to do. Remembering, if you turned your head for the other posture, other side, you might want to turn the head to the other side on this side. Awesome. Let's come out of this. So whether you're on your back or not, everyone's going to stay on the floor. So we're coming out off of this pigeon, and we're going to have a seat. So when you come to a seated posture, you have a lot of choices to make once you're here. You can choose to sit on the floor, directly on the ground. A lot of people have a tendency to sit on the ground, but their knees don't come to the floor, or there's discomfort and the knees kind of look like this, or they're just having a hard time. And even people who are not, you don't physically see doing that, they might be stressing their hips and groin. So instead, I'd like you to sit on a blanket, just so you have a little elevation. And the cool thing about blankets is you can make them as high as you want to. So if you're feeling particularly tight today, particularly stressed, your body's feeling just not great, then don't worry about sitting in a low blanket, take the blanket higher. You can also place blocks under your knees or under a knee that's maybe not feeling so great today. As I said, I have an injured knee, so this knee feels pretty uncomfortable when it's windy and wet out. And also, as I get older. So rolling the shoulder blades back and down, the top of the head lifts, and I'm pulling up and in through my pelvic floor. So I'm finding that lift, again, right into the center of my body. So moving the body from side to side here. We're going to place the hands behind our head. The head, of course, coming forward at first, so you can get your hands behind there, and then bringing your head back. And then as you exhale, you're going to take that left elbow or right elbow towards your side body, not towards the knee. So we're not rotating, but we're keeping our bodies upright and stretched. Good. And just breathe here. Start to slide down a little more. Bring your head back. And then inhale and come back to center. Exhale, take it over to the other side. Bring the shoulders back. For those of you who can't keep your knees crossed like this, you can sit on a chair. Move your opposite elbow back a little more. Bring your head back. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, same thing as we did standing, a little bit of a neck pull. Now let's bring the head back into center. Beautiful. Reach the arms up. Bend the elbows, bring them out about shoulder height. We're going to exhale, bring the elbows together, and then inhale and bring the elbows back. Exhale, contract the core, pull it together. Inhale, open it back. Exhale, together. Inhale, pull it back. Good. One more like this. Beautiful. Take it together here, palms together. Let's bring the hands together in front of the heart, lift the center of the chest towards the thumbs. Even here, even Anjali Mudra, which is our typical prayer position at the end of class, is the same, it's still an asana. We're still using it and utilizing it for strength and stability in the body. Hold here for one last breath. Lovely. Place both hands onto your knees. Take a big deep stretch as you roll the shoulder blades back and lift through the center of your heart. And then exhale, contract the core and come into a forward fold. If you're sitting on a chair, you can just forward fold on your chair, placing your hands on your knees or placing your hands on the floor. If you're using a block under both knees, should not be an issue. Or if you want to place a block under your hands, you can do that. Take one more breath here. And then let's slide all the way back up. Let's place our right hand onto our right knee. Take that left hand to the floor blanket behind us and just twist gently. And then coming out. Left hand to the left knee, right hand behind us, twist gently. Inhale, come right back out. Place the hands onto the knees, sit up nice and tall. Give yourself a moment to enjoy the length in your body and the space you've created. And bring the hands together in front of your heart and bow your head. As always, I wish you a wonderful and pleasant day. Please take care of yourselves, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.